Dear students, today I am going to give the question answers of Psalm of Life on the basis of the different paras. प्रथमे एक्सट्राक्ट नंबर 1 ले मु तीनोटी पारा देइछि एवं सेही पारारु संभाव्य प्रश्न गुड़िक मध्य देई तार उत्तर आलोचना करिछि। तो माने देखिबो एवं सेगुड़िको नोट करिबो। टेल मी नॉट इन मनफुल नंबर्स एठु आरंभ हेछि पाराटी एवं सरीछि फाइंड्स अस फादर देन टुडे। यारी मध्यरु प्रथम प्रश्नटी हैला हाउ डज द पोएट एडवाइज द रीडर्स। एठारे कवि किपरि भावरे पाठक पाठिका माननको उपदेश देइछन्ति। तार आंसर द पोएट एडवाइजेस द रीडर्स to give up the idea that life is nothing but an empty dream. He says that life is real and honest for the positive minded fellows. On the other hand, the negative minded fellows see the dark side of the life. In this way, the poet advises the readers. Question number 2. Dust thou art, to dust thou returnest. Explain it. एटिको वर्णना करिबा। यार अर्थ जदिओ ए शरीर माटी रे गढ़ा पुणी माटी को मिसी जाए। दिस एक्सप्रेशन डिस्क्राइब्स दैट लाइफ इज टेम्पररी in spite of strength, power, name, fame, and reputation. Death is unavoidable for all. After death, human body mingles in the dust, but the soul is immortal. It is not affected by birth or death or by wild waves of time. This is how he explains dust thou art, to dust thou returnest. Question number 3. Life is an empty dream. What figure of speech is used here? क्यों figure of speech बा क्यों प्रकार अलंकार एठारे व्यवहार हेछि। The expression life is an empty dream refers to the figure of speech metaphor. It is the figure of speech used to compare two dissimilar things like life and a dream. It is the metaphor that the comparison is made between two dissimilar things. जेहेतु एठारे लाइफ और ड्रीम ये दुईटी अलगा अलगा शब्द कौनसी सामंजस्य नहीं, तेणु एठारे जो तुलनाटी करा जायछि इटाको मेटाफर कहा जाए। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय is our destined end or way. ଯେ ଆମେ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଲା ବେଳେ କ'ଣ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଧାରିତ ହେଇକି ଆସିଥାନ୍ତି, କି ଭାଗ୍ୟ ନେଇକି ଆସିଥାନ୍ତି, ଡେଷ୍ଟିନ୍ଡ ଏଣ୍ଡ ଅର୍ ୱେ, ଏ ଜୀବନର ଶେଷ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟଟି କ'ଣ? ଏହି ଅର୍ଥରେ କବି କହିଛନ୍ତି, ଦ ପୋଏଟ୍ ଡିସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ସ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ joy or sorrow is not the goal of life. Rather, he gives importance to art accordingly. Art means the activity or the ideals or the deeds, because a man lives by deeds, not in years. On the other hand, we should find ourselves to be further than today, each tomorrow. It is the destined end of a life. Next, extract 2 रे ମୁଁ ଦୁଇଟି ପାରାକୁ ନେଇଛି ଏବଂ এই ଦୁଇଟି ପାରାରୁ ମଧ୍ୟ 5ଟି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିଛି, ଯେଉଁଟାକି ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ଏଇ ଟାଇପ୍ର ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ପଡ଼ିବ ଏବଂ ତୁମକୁ 5ଟି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନର ଉତ୍ତର ଲେଖିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ। ଆର୍ଟ ଇଜ୍ ଲଙ୍ଗ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦ ଟାଇମ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଫ୍ଲିଟିଂ, ଏଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇ ବି ଏ ହିରୋ ଇନ୍ ଦ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଇପ୍, ତୁମେମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟକୁ ବହିରେ ଦେଖିପାରିବ। Question number 1. What do you mean by the expression art is long, time is fleeting? According to the poet, art refers to learning or knowledge that remains alive above the wild waves of time. Time is the most powerful device that waits for no one and moves or makes everything pass away besides knowledge. ତେଣୁ everything is, but time is fleeting, but what remains, our ideals remains forever. Question number 2. Be a hero in the strife. Explain it. Life goes through various obstacles and it is not a bed of roses. The poet advises the readers to fight against the difficulties like a brave soldier. If we are coward, then we may be swept away in the problems. It is the call of the poet to remain awake and courageous to face any the danger may come in our life. Next, question number 3. What does the poet mean by the expression vivek of life? What is it compared to? Vivek is the temporary camp made by the soldiers in the battlefield. The poet compares the life of human beings to be vivek. He wants to say that life is transitory. When the last bell of life rings, man leaves the earth like an actor on the stage. Question number 4. What does the poet compare our hearts to and why? ଆମର ହାର୍ଟଟିକୁ କାହା ସହିତ ତୁଳନା କରିଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ କାହିଁକି? The poet compares our heart to a muffled drum. muffled drum ଯାହାକି ବ୍ୟବହାର କରାଯାଏ ଶୋକଯାତ୍ରାରେ, ଯେଉଁଟାକି କନାରେ ଘୋଡ଼ା ଯାଇଥାଏ ଖୁବ୍ କମ୍ ଶବ୍ଦ କରିବା ପାଇଁ. These are the drums covered with cloth to make the sound solemn and dreadful. In the same way, our hearts are beating slowly on a way to graveyard. Hence the comparison is justified. You may add this line. Hence the comparison is justified to compare the heart to that of a muffled drum. Question number 5. Why has the poet compared the world to a broad field of battle? The poet compares the world to be a battlefield, and we are the soldiers struggle for life. We should fight bravely to overcome all the obstacles of life so that we can be a brave soldier and can lead a smooth life. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ 2ଟି ସରିଯାଇଛି. ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ 3 କି ଯିବା. ବହିରେ ଦେଖିପାରିବ ଏଇ ପାରାଟି ଟ୍ରଷ୍ଟ ନୋ ଫ୍ୟୁଚର ହାଉଏଭର ପ୍ଲିଜେଣ୍ଟ, এইଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇ ଫୁଟପ୍ରିଣ୍ଟସ୍ ଅନ୍ ଦି ସ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡସ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ এই ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ. ଇଏ ମଧ୍ୟ 2ଟି ପାରାକୁ ନେଇ ଏ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟଟି କରାଯାଇଛି. What time has been described by the poet in the poem? The poet has described the impact of past, present, and future in the poem. He prefers present time to be better than past and future. Next to question number 2. What is the view of the poet about past, present and future? ଏ past, present ଆଉ future ବିଷୟରେ କବି କ'ଣ କହିଛନ୍ତି? What is the views of the poet about past, present and future? He has viewed that past has been buried in the graveyard of time. Hence it is meaningless to sing the past glory. Sing spelling the ভুল আছে SING. Sing the past glory. Next to future is uncertain. We shouldn't believe it, however pleasant it may be. He has given importance on present time, which is preferable to past and future. It is so because present activity determines future. Next question number 3. Why has the poet preferred the present to past and future? Past ଆଉ future ଠାରୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସମୟକୁ କବି କାହିଁକି ପସନ୍ଦ କରୁଛନ୍ତି? The poet has preferred present to past and future because past is dead and buried in the time graveyard. Next, future depends upon the activities of a present and it determines future. So, the present is preferred by the poet. Next, question number 4. What do the lives of great men remind us? The great men have left their footprints for the coming generation. We should follow their virtuous deed, and we should leave a foundation for the next generation to climb the ladder of success. Next, question number 5. How can we make our lives sublime? In order to make our lives sublime, we should follow the noble deeds of our forefathers. ପୂର୍ବପୁରୁଷମାନଙ୍କର ଆଦର୍ଶଗତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକୁ ଅନୁକରଣ କରିବା. If we follow them, we will be able to stand against the obstacles of life. In this way, we can sublime our life. Next, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ extract 4 जोटाकि आरंभ होइछि footprints that perhaps another. Learn to labor and to wait. शेष पर्यंत अछि. प्रथम प्रश्नटी हैला Sailing over life's Solomon man, a fallen and shipwrecked brother. Explain it. ଏଇଟିକୁ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା କରିବା ପାଇଁ କୁହାଯାଇଛି. The poet says that life is just like a vast ocean full of wild waves. The second life shows that one who faces troubles for survival becomes disheartened. At that time, he takes the footprints of the great man to protect himself from morals and material ruin. Next to question number 2. What do you mean by footprints in the sands of time? The great men have left their noble and virtuous deeds for the succeeding generation. These ideals are known as the footprints of the great men. Indirectly, the poet says that a man lives in deeds, not in years. In this regard, we should leave our ideals for the coming generation to follow, so that in the waves of time, our ideals will remain alive for others. Question number 3. What do you mean by? Let us then be up and doing with a great heart for any fact. Man is like a playful doll in the hands of circumstances. Life changes from time to time according to the circumstances. In this regard, we should get ourselves ready to face the problems that may come ahead. Next, question number 4. What does the poet say about labor? According to the poet, labor is the only thing we can claim to be our own. Labor crowns the man with success and opens up the opportunities to fulfill the dreams that we dream. It has no other way to achieve success besides labor. So it should be continuous. Next to question number 5, that is the last question. What does the poet want to say to the readers about labor? Since labor has no alternative, he wants the readers to go on working heart and soul without waiting for the result. It is the honest labor always rewarded by God, because there is a God to determine what result we deserve. Thanks. Finished. If you are for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.